Welcome to the Rewards Master. Today I'm here with my player two, my beautiful wife, Nori, and we took some great trips in 2024. And I thought it'd be kind of fun just to kind of recap and get her opinions and my opinions about the places that we went, the things that we did, just to kind of accent what points and miles can do. And I think it's changed our life as far as we always were able to go, and we have the resources to be able to take some trips, and we always have. But we've been taking a lot better trips for the last few years since we discovered the points and miles hobby. Would you say that's a big difference?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And not only maybe a little bit nicer trips, but the things that we get to do on the trips and the way we get there, things like that has really been a lot better.
It's been great. And so we've been taking kind of the bigger trips and flying in business class, first class, staying in better hotels for about the last, 3 or 4 years, something like that.
About that.
And so this last year, 2024, was absolutely great. And we took some really big trips, had some great times together. And this year in 2025 is going to be great as well. So I thought we'd go through and just talk about things like destinations and things that we did together, maybe some of our flights, some of our hotels, some of the food that we ate, just the things that make this travel hobby so very exciting. So let's start off with destinations and talk about some of the places we've been. Let's see, where'd we go? We went to Myrtle Beach early on in the year. We stayed right there on the beach. We went to New York. We went to New York, saw some plays, and stayed downtown in the Conrad Hotel. We went to, Lake Tahoe and spent some time there in the mountains and had a great time in the summer. And then we had our big trip in the fall where we went to Greece to Athens and spent 4 days, I think, there. And then we flew over and stayed a few days in Madrid, Spain. And then we flew through New York coming back. So it's been a pretty big travel year. So of those destinations, what is your favorite destination that we went to? We had Myrtle Beach, we had Athens, we had Madrid. We had New York City. We had Lake Tahoe. I mean, those are some great places. But which one was your favorite?
I always have a hard time answering this question because I like different places for different reasons. But overall, I have to say Greece, of course. It was beautiful. The weather was perfect. We stayed right in the heart of everything, so we were able to walk around and bebop from one thing to the next without having to worry about getting taxis or Ubers. So I'd have to say probably that. I enjoyed seeing the Acropolis. We went over to Corinth and got to see where biblical characters were, and so I really enjoyed that. So overall, probably Greece, but I also enjoy like seeing plays and things like that too. So it is hard for me to say which is my favorite because I like certain things about each of them.
Yeah, for me,
and I love the beach.
I agreed. Athens is just amazing, and we did a little food tour, and we actually have a video on the channel of that food tour.
That's
and
right.
The food was amazing.
The food was really good.
The place we stayed was amazing. We had a view of the Parthenon and all of that right from the rooftop of our hotel. And that was great. I also really liked Madrid. The architecture was just out of this world in Madrid. So that was really great. But I think I'm ultimately gonna give the same vote. I think Athens was even over New York, and Lake Tahoe was beautiful, but I think Athens was the best place that we went to.
And truthfully, it's probably the best because it's something just totally different.
Yeah, we'd never been there before, and we both love history, so that was great for that. Now we look at hotels. I mean, we stayed in some really nice hotels.
In some nice hotels.
We stayed at the Embassy Suites right on the beach, and we got an upgrade because of Hilton Diamond status to just the hugest hotel
apartment
room.
like
It was gigantic. It even had a balcony that ran from all the way from the living room, the full length of the place to the bedroom, and you could kind of walk on it. It was a 2-bedroom apartment.
Right. We never even went to the other bedroom.
The Diamond status from the Hilton Aspire got us that. That was great. Let's see. We went and we stayed in this cool cabin in the mountains when we were in Lake Tahoe. In Athens, we stayed in a place called Athens 21, which is kind of a boutique hotel. That's the one that had the rooftop, and you could see the Parthenon and the Acropolis and all that stuff right from the roof, all lit up at night. That was amazing. Let's see, what else did we
stayed
do?
in the Conrad.
In the Conrad in New York City for 2 nights, and they had the most awesome bathrobes. I mean, I never seen you go so crazy about a bathrobe in my whole life.
I really wanted to take it home with me. However, we didn't.
but she really, really wanted to. It was awesome. Let's see, where else did we stayed in a few other hotels, like on our, when we repositioned to New York. Remember, we stayed in a couple Hiltons and we stayed in a Hyatt. Those weren't just like the most impressive places. So what did you think was the best hotel we stayed in this year?
Again, I like things for different reasons, but I'd have to say overall was the Conrad in New York.
The Conrad in New York.
It was from...
It's just about the bathrobes.
Yeah,
for you.
well, the bathrobe is next level. If you ever get an opportunity to stay in the Conrad, you need to. The bathrobe was really nice. Obviously the ambiance and just the hotel itself was wonderful. The service was next level. We had a concierge that we ended up staying down there talking to him for hours. And he gave us some really good tips on how to find fun and inexpensive plays in New York. And just the service was good. The restaurant was good. But the bathrobe.
Who would ever think that a bathrobe could make the trip?
Yeah. But our place in Athens was nice, too, because it was right there in the heart of everything. And that was great. We were right there great with food, too. So I really liked that, too.
I think... it's hard for me because I love the Conrad. I loved the Athens 21 in Athens, but wow, I kind of really love the Hilton in Madrid. Remember we stayed at that Hilton near the airport in Madrid?
Right.
Again, they upgraded us to this just like swanky Las Vegas kind of suite. Remember that? Remember that bed? Then it was kind of lowered down below on a different level. Then you'd walk up and go into the bathroom. It was just amazing. But I guess my final vote would be that boutique hotel in Athens, Athens 21.
Yeah,
that was
really
amazing. Nice. Just the view. At night, we'd go up there and we'd eat and we'd just enjoy ourselves and laugh and just marvel at that view. That view was just, it was magical. It was magical.
Yeah, and this hotel only had 19 rooms, but it was.
And it was right in the heart of everything. So to me, that's probably the best one. But the Conrad, I can see how you think that because it was awesome too. It was awesome. So when it comes to flights in 2024, we took several just domestic flights. We did get upgraded to first class, I think, on American a couple times, and we flew Comfort Plus on Delta. But really, the flights that were
the
memorable,
most amazing was our overseas flights.
Yeah. Excluding that Iberia economy class flight that we took to reposition.
We just hopped from Greece to Athens, Greece to Madrid, and it was
Iberia economy within Europe, just not good. Just avoid it. That's just what we'll say. But we had a business class flight on Turkish from New York City through Istanbul into Athens. We arrived there in the middle of the night, 3 a.m, went on to our hotel, but that flight was, Turkish business class is considered one of the best in the world, and that was pretty amazing.
I think one of the things that impressed us the most is that the chef on the plane came out and talked to us and just kind of told us some of the different things that we had options to eat, but just was very friendly and talked to us. And so that we really liked that. And then they brought out these candles and it was almost like we had a candlelight dinner. I thought that was pretty cool for an airplane.
Oh, I know. It was just amazing. And then we had Iberia business class.
And we were really impressed. We were expecting it to be a little lower,
we'd seen like YouTube reviews and people don't talk great about Iberia business class, but we bought it because it was like super cheap on points. And so we just didn't expect much, but
it was really nice.
I thought it was really nice.
Yes.
I mean, it was really similar to kind of like, remember when we flew Polaris business class for United?
Yes.
Really similar to that. The seats are almost exactly the same.
Yeah, I agree.
But the service was...
was good. The food was good.
The food was really good. Now the food on Turkish was really good, but I think the seats were maybe a little bit better on Iberia.
Yeah, the thing with the seats on Turkish is it was so far, like for a person like me that's only 5'2", I really did struggle with the length of it, which I know is great for taller people, but it was a little, I didn't quite love the seats as much. It was nice and no complaints, but
Yeah.
in comparison to the two.
It's their older business class product that has like the two seats just directly side by side, no herringbone, no offset. And they're really, really long. I mean, it was great for me
Yes.
to be able to stretch out when I
I
lay
don't think
down.
you could even touch your feet to the end.
I don't think I could, and I'm well over 6 feet tall, so it was great, but it was kind of dated,
Yeah,
it was a little bit
definitely.
older, and the Iberia was, the seat was just
I think
awesome.
the Iberia was almost new.
Almost new. It was really nice. I was on the A350, but the food on both of them were just great. But the Turkish food was just, I don't know. It's kind of hard for me to choose which. I guess I'll go first this time. I guess that I'm going to say the Iberia actually, because the Iberia had great food, great service, and the seat was so nice. And I think it was just such beyond my expectations,
Right.
because I had set the bar pretty low because of what other people had said about Iberia.
Right. I would agree 100% with what he's saying. Definitely. I think, though, I was a little bit more impressed with the dining on Turkish. We hadn't had that even on our earlier flights from last year. We didn't have the dining the same, and the way the chef came out and the candlelight dinner and all of that.
And like 9 courses.
Yes. So dining on Turkish, but maybe comfort was Iberia.
So if you had to pick one or the other, which one's it going to be?
Turkish.
Turkish Airlines. So we're opposites on that, but we both loved them both. Okay, now this one's going to be a hard one because I can't list them all out for everybody. But what was our favorite meal that we had in all of our travels? So we ate some incredible pizza
In all
New
of our
York
travels
City.
this year?
Yeah, in 2024. What was our favorite meal that we had in 2024? We had incredible Greek food. We had
the
amazing
Greek salad.
pizza in New York City.
The meat in Greece too.
Oh,
the
yeah, it was
shaving
just
off.
unbelievable.
And those zucchini fries.
Oh, they were just
they were so
unbelievable.
good.
And what about those little donut ball
Yes,
things that we had? Those were
They start with an L.
we would mispronounce
Yes.
it if we tried.
Oh, those were so good.
But they were amazing.
Well-
I'll give you my vote first. Okay. Hands down, had some great food, all the places that we went. But to me, the very best food that we had was that garlic shrimp dish that we had in Madrid. That thing was
so
just, we saw it on we watch travel videos before we go places. We saw it on
it was
another
so
travel
good.
video, and I love shrimp, and it was like just melted in garlic butter. And we found the place,
so
and
good. Now, in fairness, because we were really hungry. So we ordered that, and then we ordered a rice.
like it had octopus or something.
Yes.
in it. I don't know. but-
And so we had probably our favorite meal and the worst thing we ever have eaten in the same restaurant.
it was
And
so bad.
We had wished we just got
And
to
it was
the
so
shrimp
good.
thing.
Depending. If
Yes.
you're there for the first 10 minutes, it was great. And the last 20 minutes, it was not great. So, but to me, that's the best
That
dish we
shrimp
had.
dish was, I'll agree.
So you think that's the very
Yes.
best thing we had? What were some of the other things? If you didn't vote for that, what would it be?
Well, probably the Euros that when we went to Saba's and got those Euro with the zucchini curly fries. I loved that.
Except you couldn't keep it all
I
off
know,
of
it was
being
all over my
your
face. It was
but
really messy, but it was really good.
it was really good.
But I don't know. I really loved just that shaved meat. That was really good. That place that was right across our hotel was
And
good too.
third place would probably be the Chicago style pizza we had in New York City.
Yes.
That was about that thick. It was just
Yes,
unbelievable.
That was really good.
So those
yes,
were all
that's
great meals.
Emmett's. That's a favorite.
Emmett's, yeah, we've been there
love
several
that.
times
We
in
ate there
New
a
York
couple
City.
times. So
So it's great. It's great.
yeah, it's hard. It's fun. It's fun to eat in different places and eat. Try new things, and that we do. We try to hunt down what's authentic to their area. The Greek food in Greece, the Greek salad, it was just really, really good. So
It was really good. We went to a bunch of lounges. In fact, I did a video not long ago how we visited, either I or both of us or her, we visited 102 airport lounges. And we love airport lounges. Me especially. That is one of the coolest things about travel. And I remember the first time I took you into a lounge? We were in the United Lounge in Denver. And if you've been in the United Lounge in Denver, it's like
It's
above. You ride this
above.
really long escalator up to there, and it's got like windows at the sides. And she was eating something or something, and she looked down and she said, "I just feel so bad for all those people who are down there who can't be in this lounge." And I'm like, "Don't get the big head about the lounge, you know." But
It was
now
fun.
that's been years
It
ago.
was
But now we
It
go
was
to
something we
lounges
joke
all the
about,
time.
yeah.
So we went to 102 lounges. We went to American
The one-
Express lounges. We went to American Airlines lounges. We have access to those. I think we did go to a United Club Delta lounges.
Yeah, Delta.
We went to a bunch of lounges, but particularly we went to some kind of, what you would think of as world-class business class lounges. We went to the Iberia Lounge in Madrid. We went to and visited the
In
Turkish
Istanbul.
Lounge in New York, which wasn't that impressive, but the one in Istanbul
Oh, it was so
unbeatable.
good.
We were there in the middle of the night, and it was still busy, like in the middle of the day
but
at lounges in
it
the
was
U.S.
so big and was so spread out. It was, even though it had a lot of people in it, you didn't feel like you were sitting all over on top of each other like you do in some lounges. It was good.
Yeah.
It was really nice.
So I'm going to ask you, but I know what your answer is going to be. What was your favorite lounge of 2024?
Well, I'm not as good at remembering what the names of them were, but I could tell you that one that had the shrimp dish.
Oh, that was an American Airlines lounge. Is
that was so good.
that one? Yeah, I think it was Phoenix, Arizona.
It was
And
literally, we just did that.
it's an American
recently.
lounge. I mean, usually American lounges don't have great food, but this one had a shrimp dish that was just, we must have ate like 4 plates.
It was so good.
I thought you were going to say,
I know, the one in Madrid.
yeah, the
Yes.
Iberia Lounge. Because
It
I
was
have never
really
seen you
nice.
eat 5 plates of food in a
Yes,
lounge
it was
before.
really nice. It
And
was
you
really
just
nice.
loved remember they had like 3 different bars of food out, and
Yeah.
you just ate and ate and ate. I think my favorite, just because the experience, was probably the Turkish lounge in Istanbul, just because it's so mammoth. It's like
Yeah, it
it's like
really
the
was.
size of an entire airport terminal. It's above the whole terminal. It's just gigantic.
And they had like, in one of the stations, they had like a cook out there, and he was just cooking right there in front for you, and it was.
Yeah, I
so
think they had that in
nice.
several stations, actually. Remember, they had a sandwich station, they'd make it for you. They had
Right.
like a wok station, and they'd fry it up
Yeah,
for you.
it was
was
great.
pretty amazing. So I think those are definitely great choices.
Again, I always have a hard time picking my absolute favorite because I like different things about different ones.
Yeah, I mean, how do you choose between great things? So I
Absolutely,
get that.
absolutely.
I get that for sure. And what about activities? We'll close out with this one. So we did a lot of things. We went to the Parthenon and the Acropolis. We went to Corinth for the day and enjoyed that.
Saw
we
several plays.
Oh yeah, we saw MJ the musical in New York. We saw
Chicago.
Chicago in
We
New
saw
York.
the play in Greece.
We saw a play in
That-
it was in Madrid.
No,
Oh, you're
it was
talking about the
in
rooftop
Greece.
play. That's right.
That's right. And we also went to Madrid and saw Aladdin in Spanish.
Yeah, we don't speak
That's right.
Spanish, but we.
But that's right,
We
I
knew the
forgot. Mm-hmm.
songs, so except that we knew them in English. But we did that. But you're talking about the rooftop play.
Yes, we saw
in
this
Athens.
rooftop play in
And it was
Athens.
like a
And it was
traditional
kind of
Greek play?
Yes, that was really cool.
That was really cool, and that was at night, and it was just gorgeous
Mm-hmm. Right,
outside.
right.
So that was really a great time. And we did a couple hop on, hop off bus
Yes,
tours.
those
We
are
love to do
nice.
those. We did that in both Athens, and we did that in Madrid for that
Right, Mm-hmm.
day. So what was your favorite activity?
A lot of activities we do. We have a lot of fun. We like to see the history of things, and so it's hard to not pick the Acropolis because you're just in awe when you're there. It's just amazing to think back of the history and that something is still there after all these years. And so I probably would say the Acropolis. But I do love going on walking tours and food tours and cooking classes, and so there's
we
a
have
lot of fun stuff.
We do a lot of touristy things, but we enjoy it.
Definitely.
I
What was your
guess-
favorite?
I think my favorite probably was maybe going to Corinth. I had a really good time doing that. And because I'm a history guy, I like biblical, historical type things. And we were able to tour around and see actual things that I've read about, and I just thought that was, and then the beautiful, beautiful Greece countryside that we got to see on that. That was really, really fun for me. But Acropolis, that again, historical, that was great as well. So we had, I mean, I think we had a pretty good year of travel in 2024.
Oh, absolutely.
Now,
But definitely looking forward to 25.
oh yeah, this year we've got some big. We're going to go back to Tahoe and enjoy the mountains a little bit. Probably end up in New York at some point. I know we're going to Paris Disney, and we're probably going to really enjoy our big fall trip because we're going to head over and go to maybe Abu Dhabi and Dubai and maybe hit
maybe
a European,
Germany.
Germany on the way back. So that'll be great. And then we've got another trip to Rome. So we going to have a lot of things to review for next year. Thank you for tuning in as we talked about our best of 2024. And all we're hoping to accomplish here is just to say the Points and Miles hobby, man, it can take your life. It can elevate your travel to a different place. And it has for us, and we've really, really enjoyed it.
Absolutely.
So please hit the like and subscribe button. We appreciate you, and we'll see you here next time.